I've got so much to talk about, I've actually had to write it down. Hi, my name's Haley, and today is my 50th day on hormones, so we're on the big number 50. Seems like I've been on hormones for my entire life, but it has only been a month and a half. So yeah, we're on day number 50 today, and stuff is actually starting to happen. But since my last video, or my last update, there's been like a lot of changes. Still subtle, but there's been like a lot of stuff going on. Some positive stuff, some like negative stuff, like terms of side effects, but overall, my outlook is just looking so much better. I'm so looking forward to the future for like probably the first time in my entire life. Like I say, for the first time I think in literally my entire life, the outlook for the future looks like I'm going to be happy. I'm still taking the 100 milligrams of Spiro twice a day, and then my 2 milligrams of Estradiol in the morning. The major thing I think most people want to know about is I'm getting some boob growth. I think in my last video I said that I can sort of feel it, but now it's categorically happening. Recently I can just really feel my boob and it just feels so much bigger. And underneath my nipples again are really, really sensitive. The other day I late at night was googling like bud development in breasts, estrogen effect on breast, and it just came up with a load of results like prepubescent girl breast, prepubescent girl. I'm going to prison. I'm on some watch list now, but so there's like an area underneath your nipple, that when estrogen is entered into the body, either through puberty or through hormones, um, it like stimulates like I can't remember exactly, but it stimulates underneath, and you sort of like that's the first sign, and I am definitely getting that. They're very sensitive. I was just playing football, and someone hit me in the boob, and I could have cried. It was very very like sore, not painful, but that sort of that level of like tenderness. It's like the main other thing that I'm sort of noticing, but I can't quite 100% tell. My stubble on my face, I don't think it's growing as quickly. I think the growth has definitely slowed. I went to work for the first time without shaving. It was a little bit prickly and I was in a bit of a rush, but I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to see what this looks like after a day at work. And it was on the fence, like, oh, I probably should have shaved before work, but it didn't look too bad. So I might maybe in the next month or two get to the point where I can go like a day without I mean, in the minute, I shave every morning, and then if I want to go out again in the night, if I want to put any makeup on, I shave again. I have quite strong stubble, facial hair. So in reality, probably at some point I will want to get laser hair removal on my face. But my hope is that the growth slows to the point that I can go like a couple of days, maybe 3 days without shaving, because I know after you have laser hair removal, they say like, oh, you can't shave for like 3 to 4 days. So that would obviously be a little bit upsetting for me if I 3 to 4 days growth, like even now, like would be way too much. The other thing that's sort of happening is I'm getting way fewer erections. But the only time I'm really getting erection is occasionally in the morning when I wake up, getting like morning wood, which a lot of trans people I've seen have the opposite, where they'll get erections during the day and not in the morning. As time goes on, I'm just really not that bothered about like that sort of area. If I want to be intimate, should we say, with a woman again, there's plenty of other options. I don't necessarily have to have the huge 12-inch willy to. Is this appropriate to be saying? But yeah, now we're going to go into the negative side effects, which there's quite a few negative side effects, but it's not to the point where it's like, oh, this is meaning that I don't want to be on hormones anymore. And in reality, I'm on day 50 now. In the first 3 months, this is probably the worst it's going to get. Touch wood. The main negative side effect I've had, and I had it really bad this morning, is like nausea and like morning sickness. Basically, like today, it was straight as I woke up. I just felt sick for like 3 hours. The morning sickness and the nausea is something that's really not really getting to me, but it's definitely something where I'm like, oh, this is really annoying. Why do I have to be like this? When women get pregnant and they experience morning sickness, it's something to do with like an influx of estrogen in your body. So I'm going to assume that's why I'm feeling nauseous. It's because there's more estrogen in my body. I'll say this next thing, because this is the second thing that's really annoying me, which is sort of slightly linked to the nausea. Is there's definitely been changes to my alcohol tolerance, or just genuinely how my body acts on drinking. I think a part of that is linked to the nausea, because when I've been drinking recently, I feel like a bit nauseous really early on, even though I don't even feel drunk. And I think that is just the nausea that I'm experiencing at other times. my tolerance for alcohol has never been like crazy high, but now I think it's definitely lower than it was. I get drunk very quickly. Yeah, that's definitely something that I'm going to keep an eye on. I've already said this, but I'm going away to Amsterdam for a stag do soon. So I'm just gonna have to be very careful with my drinking and just sort of think things through. So now we're talking about other minor things. One of the things I'm getting ball like testicular pain, sometimes either like a dull sort of ache or sometimes like a shooting pain very briefly. It's not major, but it is definitely something that has just randomly started happening, and it can only be due to the hormones. I haven't changed anything else about my life or my diet. Or someone commented, if I can find the comment, I'll put it here. They commented about like how they really want to know about emotional changes, and I thought emotional changes, that's not going to happen. Anyway, I mean, I'm emotional way more now. The other day I was watching a film at the cinema, and a trailer came on from a film I can't even tell you the name of now, but for some reason this film trailer I was just tearing up. The other night I randomly just text my friend because I was just got really upset and emotional, and I don't know why. One of the other things that I've had, which isn't happening right now, I wasn't going to mention it, but weirdly my like gender dysphoria is, I feel like, getting worse, or has gotten worse, or I have periods of like, oh my god. I think it's like this like fear of like being happy. It's like I don't want to go back, and I don't want to not be happy. And anything I see, anything in my body, like whether I think, oh my god, my hairline, or oh my god, my. Sometimes I'm like sat on the settee, and I feel like I'm gonna get a boner. I'm like, if I get this boner right now, I can't do it, and I'm like trying to suppress it, and it's like I think I'm just so fearful of going backwards that it's like getting me a bit more anxious and getting me a bit more like gender dysphoric. Which again, I think I've read before that they always say that starting hormones can actually make your gender dysphoria worse, which is definitely happening a bit. I mean, overall, I feel a lot better and a lot like I'm progressing towards something that I want. But then there's occasional times where I'm just like the other night I couldn't even eat. Sometimes I'm worrying myself to the point where I can't eat, and I'm like, this is not healthy. I'm just getting I'm quite a big stressor. I'm quite a big like worrier, so I think that definitely factors into it. But overall, my outlook is incredibly more positive. Maybe I should just stop worrying. But yeah, overall, I'm just I'm just feeling good. And I'm really excited. I can't believe I've done 50 days. I think that's one of the biggest things is that I've had so much support from my friends, and I've had so much support on the chat on my channel. I want to do right by everybody. I don't want to give up, and I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting emotional now. Think that this is what I mean. I don't know. There's some my body chemistry is all like different now. I hope you like this top. It's actually a bra, but I quite like this, and I've put my hair up thanks to my friend Izzy, in like a little Barbie. I can't really. Can you see that? I don't know. I can't look at the camera to see if you've seen it, but I sort of like this. I'm getting into crop tops at the start of winter. I'm getting into crop tops. I also got my Halloween nails done. Um, I'll show you the little ghosts. Is it going to focus? Um, God, I'm so good looking. I'll put a picture on screen because it's a bit awkward to like do that. But yeah, basically, long story short, lots of good progress on the areas that I'm concerned about. Some minor to medium minor side effects, but I'm just going to keep an eye on them, see how I feel. Overall outcome, I am extremely happy and I'm extremely positive going forward, and I'm just really hoping for just some more stuff to go on. I'm just going to keep continuing like this. I really appreciate all the support on all my videos. I've been getting a lot of subscribers, a lot of comments, a lot of views. I'm actually getting a bit overwhelmed sometimes. Sometimes I get too many comments and I can't reply to all these. I've also started an Instagram recently. I briefly plugged it in my last video, but this is my Instagram. I think it's dailyhaley98. I've also done a Patreon, which basically is just so people can support me if they can. If you want to support me on Patreon, I think it's just Daily Haley, but if it's not, this is what it is. And also in the description is all my links to like Instagram, Patreon. If you want to support me. Also, I want to shout out some commenter who's commented on every single one of my videos so far, asking for a shout out. I think the name's Gracie, so I'll put your little face there. But yeah, thanks for the support. I told you I'd shout you out. I just forgot last time because I was busy getting mugged in Manchester. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't, I'm really sorry. I'll try better next time. Thanks. Bye. I didn't say this in the video, but I am sat on an electric blanket because it is so fucking cold in this flat. Oh my god. Jesus.